Right, so what I'm going to do is take this link here, the control panel information. If you can just click on that link, but I'm just going to copy and paste it into my address bar here. And it's going to say a username and password is required to access this. So we know the username here, which you can either highlight it, right click and copy it and then paste it, or you can just type it in. But I'm lazy, so I'll just type copy and paste it. Then I'll type in a password, click OK. I'll say remember my password. Right, now here we are. This is cPanel, control panel. So this is the control panel for our hosting plan. And the first time you log in, it's going to ask you, you're a new user, would you like some help getting started? It's going to give us a tour, but I wouldn't do that if I were you. You're not going to need to know hardly any of this. I'm just going to show you the key pieces you need to know to get this thing working. So I've ticked don't share this again. I'm going to say no thanks, I'm fine. So that'll get rid of it. Okay, so these are all the tools. The only ones we're going to use in this section are the email tools, because we just want to set up an email account for us. So if we go to email accounts, this is how easy it is to set up a new email account on this website domain name. So you see here, because we're logged in to the hosting account for Web Catalyst Demo, whatever we type here, it's going to create a new email account. So let's see, if you're a business, you might want let's use support. That's always a good example. So if I just type support in there, that's going to create an email address, support@webcatalystdemo.co.uk. And say what password do you want. So you can either type it in yourself and then verify it, or you can use this password generator. So if you click on that, it'll create these crazy, complicated, no one's ever going to guess them passwords. If you do want to use one of these, all you got to do is just right click copy and paste that into your recipe book, so that later on you can just copy and paste it in wherever you want to use it. If you do want to use these, then once you've got one that you like the look of, if you click in this, it'll just keep generating new ones, and you have to confirm, say yes, I have saved the password in a safe place, and then click use password, and I'll just stick it in the boxes for you. And you see this here, strength of password, because it uses capital letters, small letters, symbols, it's just nearly impossible to guess. So that's why it gets 100 out of 100 score for security. If you want to use your own password, then you can do. If I type that one in, that's all letters, all lowercase letters, gives me a weak score of 22. So I'm just going to use that for now, but get it as high as you can. So then I'm going to say how much space do you want this mailbox to use. The standard is 250 megabytes. Just keep it as that if you don't mind, and just click create account. There we go, get the green tick, say it's all been created, and there is the new email account just there. So what that's done, that's created the mailbox on the server. So now we're able to receive, or the server's able to receive, emails that are sent to support at or whatever address you've just created. So if you use one of your other email accounts that you've already got, started a new email and addressed it to that address, support at or whatever you just created, sent it, it will arrive in that mailbox. At the moment though, we've got no way to access to it and no way to access it. So we can either use the webmail system, or we can set it up in Outlook. If you've got some sort of email software that you want to use yourself, like Outlook, or if you want to use Google Mail or Thunderbird or whatever email client you want to use, you go over to the right hand side here where it says more, and it says here, look, configure email client. If you click on that, this will then give you all the settings that you need. The ones down the bottom here, these are the specific settings, and then if you've got any of these programs like Outlook 2000 or Outlook Express, you can just literally download a file that will set it up for you. Or if you know what you're doing, you can use these details here. So yeah, you've got that should say support at webcatalystdemo.co.uk. So whenever it asks you for the email box username, you'd put that in, support at webcatalyst.info. webcatalystdemo.co.uk, but of course yours will be different, so use whatever it says for you. If on the other hand you want to use the webmail, then let's just go back here. Instead of clicking on more and then configure email client, you click on access webmail. It's going to say we're going to log into this mailbox. Can you please just confirm what the password is? Log in. Just remember my password. Then you've got the choice between 3 different webmail clients. You know, Liquid Web are great like that. They give you lots and lots of choice. You can use any one of these you like, really. It doesn't really matter. But the one I always use is Roundcube. So if you click on here, read mail using Roundcube, it will then bring up, there we go, a little online mail system. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send an email from another one of my email addresses to this one to make sure it's working. So I'll just address an email to support@webcatalystdemo.co.uk and then send that. Okay, so I've actually sent that email from webcatalyst.info. So if you click here, this little thing is refresh. There we go. So this is a new email that's come in, and it's from Web Catalyst. That might be a little bit confusing because I've got 2 Web Catalyst domain names going on here. One is the one for the actual video course that you bought, which is webcatalyst.info, and the other one is Web Catalyst Demo, which is the one I've registered to show you it. So when you open it up, there's the email I've just sent myself. There's the sender. Oops. Support@webcatalyst.info. Let's go back. And the recipient, support@webcatalystdemo.co.uk, which is the recipient, which is us sat here. Okay, and go back, and then from here we can compose messages to send out. So if we click on the little pen and pad icon, compose a new email and send it to whoever, support@google.com or whoever. Put in a subject, put it in a body, click on that little send icon, and away it will go. So that's how you manage the online mail. And of course you can create any number of these mailboxes that you like if you want to manage the email separately. Let me just go back here. Do I want to discard this? Yes. Alright, let me just click log out. All it's going to do is log out of that particular mailbox. So close this tab and I'll end up back here again, right? But I can create as many of these email boxes as I want to. So if I just call this email box 2, I'll use a bogus password this time, one of these weird ones. Put in a password, confirm it, click create account. It'll then create a second one. So we've got 2 mailboxes now. And same again, if I want to access the webmail for that, I go access webmail.